walking back to where her election campaign began.
Hello. It's wonderful to be here today at Rolls-Royce.
1 year ago, on this spot in this factory, Rachel Reeves promised a Labour government would bring growth back to Britain and put money in people's pockets. 2025 is off to a flyer, proof, she argues, that the plan is starting to work.
We've seen growth really across the piece in services, manufacturing, business investment, exports, household spending. But I do get that for many families, the cost of living challenges are still acute, which is why I'm singularly focused on making working people better off.
The UK economy grew by 0.2% in March and by a very robust 0.7% in the first 3 months of this year. But annual growth of 1.1% is nothing to shout about, and when it comes to living standards, it's GDP per head that matters. That stands at £9,279 per person in the UK. It's barely risen since Labour won the election, and it's lower today than it was before the pandemic, 5.5 years ago.
The outlook has got brighter in the last few weeks. The government has announced trade deals with India and the Trump administration. Rolls-Royce thinks it will now avoid tariffs on all the engines that it sends to America. But business confidence and consumer confidence here in the UK is low, and the Resolution Foundation thinks the number of people in work here is now falling at a rate that is consistent with recession.
Most businesses don't have to deal with tariffs. All businesses now face higher costs as a result of the Chancellor's budget. This food wholesaler is paying more in tax, but orders from restaurants have fallen because people are spending less eating out.
I'll say Easter was probably the slowest Easter in terms of revenue we've had in about 5 years now. And where we're built for growth, we've gone into survival mode.
The government wants a trade deal with the EU that could boost growth by eliminating some of the paperwork Brexit created. In return, it will allow young Europeans to stay in the UK for a limited time. But it's not clear how that can be squared with a pledge to cut immigration.
There will be no return to either the single market, the customs union, or free movement of labour.
Will you set limits on the number of young people who can come here from Europe?
Well, we're determined to bring net migration down. We've got the summit on Monday.
Will you limit numbers? Will you set any lines?
Well, we've been really clear that we are going to bring net migration down, and we are taking the measures that are necessary to do that.
The economy has made a flying start to the year, but can it be sustained? Interest rates have edged down, inflation is creeping up again, and the trade war Trump started isn't over yet. We may still run into turbulence. Joel Hills, ITV News in Derby.